go ahead and start with your session. And here, I'm going to log in into the system that we have it here. And the first thing it's I'm going to put it here, my company ID, which is this one. And then we have it here, after my company ID, this is the user ID that we're going to use it here, which is in this case, it's going to be your admin 125 and followed by which my password here. So once you put your, all your credential and everything, then you will be coming to your team. Just hold on. Somebody's calling to me from the US. Just hold on 1 minute. Okay, the call got disconnected anyway, so let's go ahead and see that here. So here we have your, so you can see, this is your home page that we have it here. And in this, yesterday we started with this email notification template, and same notification template, we're going to continue with this, and we're going to come here and we're going to go ahead with this one. So if I come here into my home page, and from my home page, I'll come here into my admin center. And from this admin center, we have here this as a company setting. And in this company setting, we're going to come here as an email notification template. And last time I have shown you this notification template for your changing of your password, right? So this time what I'm going to do, I am going to send a welcome message to new hire. So in this, so that's a two email notification detail, which I'm going to show to you. So again, here you will come here and you will see it's in which one to select. Since I said I'm going to send a welcome message for the notification. So here you can see it's welcome message notification with the reset user password that we have it here. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to so one thing it's team, you have to activate this, and once you activate anything, and then you have to save this here. So that's the first thing. It's if you want to receive a notification, you have to do that. Apart from this, when we come here into your welcome email notification, where it is, so this is a section. So if you want to make any changes into your subject or your body, in this case, what you'll have to do, you'll have to click on this. Once you click on this, you will see it's it will start reflecting on your right hand side that we have it here. So here you can see it's it has started reflecting your this detail, which is a welcome message notification with the reset your password that we have it here. And in this reset password that we have into your this section, what we're going to do, you can see here it's to customize email template alert that we have it here, which is your pick the local for the alert and modify the subject and body to meet your need. And this all these details, it's what they have actually done it here. So if you want to set this priority on the high alert, you can come here and click your this detail into the high priority alert if you want to do that. Another, you can see it's this is subject, and you can see here the subject which is coming up here, which is your welcome to your performance management, this detail which is coming into your this section. Then here you can see this is your body that we have it here, and here you can see it's in your body, here is your login information. And so now since it's these people, they have recently joined the company, and you are sending them their user ID and the password that they have it here, and this is the information. You can access your performance management manager at the URL, which here is you're going to have your login detail. You're going to do that, but as usual, team, the first thing which I said yesterday also, whenever you make any changes into your email notification template, first thing always it is a good practice to download your standard template that you have it here. So in this case, it's if there is any issue with your while changing your any other detail, it's if something has gone wrong, so what you can do, you can just download that this a file which you have just downloaded, you can unzip it and you can upload it, everything, it will be absolutely fine. Now if you want to see it's what kind of a file it has downloaded, let me show that to you here. So if I come into your this section, and if I extract your this admin this welcome message that we have it here, so here you can see this has actually downloaded. And if I open this into your this section, which is with your welcome, with your that we have it here with the WordPress. And here you will see it's like all your subject that we have it here, and you can see the subject which is coming up here, which is your welcome to the performance manager, and this is there into the English language that we have it here. And this is your this whole detail that we have it here in your body that we have it here, right? Here is your login information, user ID, username, and your access to your performance manager at the following URL that we have it here. So same thing here also. If you look at it, the same body detail, it's like which is mentioned here also. You can see here is your login information, and then you have it here as a username, then you have it here as a password, and then after this you have it here as a, you can access your performance manager at the following URL, and this is your URL and the signature that we have it here. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to make the changes into the subject and the body that we have it here. So the first changes which I'm going to do that here, instead of selecting as a welcome to performance management, I am going to take it here as a welcome to success factor. So that's the the first thing which I'm going to do. And the second thing what I'm going to do here, you can see here this is a username and the password that we have it here, and I'm going to add a line here in case if you face any issue while login, contact your contact your success factor administrator. Contact your success factor administrator. Admin or administrator, whatever you want to write it here, you can do that. So this is what the extra line which I have written that here, and what I'm going to do, I am going to save your this changes that we have it here. And after saving your this changes, you will see it's like your changes has been saved into the system. Once your changes has been saved into the system, then another thing, it's like to test it out. So here what we're going to do, we're going to use your here you can see it's like send user the welcome email. In this case, I'm going to click here into your this section, and it's going to open your another screen that we have it here. And in this screen, once we open into your this section, the changes team, you can see here also you can see your changes which is coming into this section that we have it here, which is an email subject that we have it here. If you remember, it was coming up here as a welcome to your performance management, right? And then here you can see your body email, and in your body email you can see your username and you can see your password, and this is the line that we added here, right? In case if you face any issue while login, you can contact your success factor administrator that we have it here. Now another detail, it comes here to whom you want to send this mail, you have it here. So do you want to send this mail to all the employee, or do you want to send this mail to all division department or any specific division department that you have it here, or any location people that you want to send it here, or you have it here with the user? So I'm going to select it to a specific user. In this case, what I'm going to do, I am only going to send it to myself. So that's the reason I am going to select it here as a my user ID. So you can see here my user ID, it is reflecting that here. And in this case, what I'm going to do, I am going to select your this information that we have it here. This is my user ID and this is my first name that we have it here. And I'm going to send this system message that we have it here. And here you can see the send system message email notification process started successfully. Please check for any email notification regarding the final process status that we have it here. So let's see if I have received an email. You can see there is an email notification has come to me. The first thing, if you notice that here, this is a subject, what it has changed here, right? And after this subject, you can see here, this is the login information, it has changed. And in this login information, you can see this is your mail ID, your username that you have it here, and here it's like you have it your, this is a line that we added here. In case if you face any issue while login, you can contact your system administrator, and this is the whole access that you have it into this section. Now team, I am not clicking into your this set user password because we did that yesterday and we have seen it's like the whole issue started coming up here. So here you can see this is how this mail will actually trigger to your with the email notification that we have it here. Now, in this case, team, if you remember, we also did into your option where, I showed you it's like, if any user does not want to receive any email notification, then what to do. So in such cases, what you can do, you can have this your notification, which is into your this section, which is, you can see here this notification which is coming up here. And in this case, instead of receiving email, you can select it here as a no email, and system will not send you any email that for the any notification that you have selected. But yes, as a system, this demo trainer, I would like to receive this mail from me and from my team member, so that I can show that to you that this is a notification which I have received. So I've selected that here as a receive email notification. So that was about your email notification, team. Any question on this before we go ahead and start your another topic? Yes, team, any question on this? Okay, no question. All right, so we're going to go ahead with the another topic, that is your we have it here into your proxy management. So if you remember, I told you long time back. Okay, now before I go ahead and show you this proxy management, team, let me also show you something else. In your introduction to mastery, that which I those file which I've sent to you, I have also shared with you your there's a document, and in this document you have it all these email detail and everything. I think this is the one that we have it. So email notification and all these detail, I think this is the one. So let me check it out. System token and email document. So here you can see all these email notification and the subject and body that you have it here, right? So here you can see all these detail and everything. So which is already, I have sent that to you. So any point of time, if you feel and if you want to refer any of your document, so this is a document you can refer to your into your system, and you can see all these detail which is already coming into your this detail that we have it here. So here you can already see it's like like document routing, you already have a subject and you already have a body. Now these are the standard template what the success factor has provided to you. So I've just taken a copy of it and given that to you. Now let's go ahead, team, with your proxy management. And in your proxy management, so let me just have a discussion with team. We have already discussed what is proxy management, and in that one, it's like I told you it's only just what is your proxy, what's the meaning of proxy. So if anybody can tell me just a quick revision, what is the meaning of proxy? Yes, team.
Ashish, a proxy is like the manager is on a leave for a longer period. The admin can give a proxy for him to approve the leave like that.
That's true, Kishore. That's in a way that is very true. That if some your manager is on the leave, and that, and if the employee somebody has applied for the leave, and just because of the manager is on leave, it cannot be stopped. So in that case, what they can do, they can assign this manager to somebody else to assign the proxy. That's actually true. And let's see, what Shiva has written, designated to submit on behalf of. That's also true. So what Shiva is saying, something it's like, you're doing it on behalf of. That is also very true, Shiva. So let's go ahead, team, and see what is a proxy that we have it here. And the last time when we discussed about a proxy, I told you that proxy it is like for example, we have it into your proxy. Let's suppose, team, like for example, see, when I was working into Shell into Australia division, sorry, into your Singapore. So what used to happen is like, Shell had those huge building, skyscraper building, almost one building consists of your 12 floor, and and they had a four building at the same place. But Shell had a in this case, it's like they have the 197 country presence. And what they used to do, because they had the 197 country presence, so in that case, they used to come into your so there used to be always a resource and people from all over the world, it's like they used to come here. So in that case, just imagine team, I'm the one building, it's of 12 to 13 floor, and let's suppose from 13th floor, it's like somebody is facing some issue with their, let's talk about this email notification only, and they said it's like they're not receiving an email notification. So as a success factor consultant, it's like it will be nearly impossible for you people to go on 13th floor and then again see that employee, what is the issue that they having it, and then again move to your another building and then again on some different floor, right? So it will be nearly impossible. So like this, you what you will be happening, you will just keep on doing, from one floor to another floor, you will keep on doing that. So what the success factor they have done it for you, you can proxy from your own system, and you can go ahead into your employee, you can see that, and you can see what issue that they are facing into the system that they have it here. So in this case, if we come here into your this section, so let's suppose if I have to do the proxies, I will select that here, and you can see this proxy now which is coming up here. So in this case, if I have to do the proxy, let's suppose if I have to do the proxy for Hemlata. So in this case, what I will do, so team, your Hemlata ID looks like has not been created. So I think I'll proxy into Shiva ID. So here, if I proxy into Shiva, so you can see it's like your Shiva detail, which is coming up here. And like this, I can proxy into Shiva's account, and I can resolve all these issue and error, which is into the system. And then so here you can see it's like this is Shiva system, and this you can see it's like your Shiva Gupta, which is actually been mentioned, and he has all these access and everything which is coming into your this detail. And you can, let's suppose if he's facing some issue with the email notification, you can rectify those email notification, and you can resolve the issue by sitting from your own place that you have it here. And once you have resolved this notification, you can send the mail to concerned person that your issue has been resolved, and they can go ahead and check it out. When you proxy into into somebody else accounting, you can see here this is how your system looks like, and you can see it's like admin 125 Gupta, which is on behalf of Shiva Gupta. I have proxy that here. And again, if you want to become a self, in this case you can select your self, become self option, and you can become here as a self that we have it here. So here you can see it's like that we have it here into the self and everything, and here you can see all your this section and everything that they have it here. And now you can see I have become self here. Now there are three ways team you can do the proxy. So we're going to view all these three ways that how we can actually do the proxy. So first way that we have it here, which is your administrator, you can assign the proxy. So you have it here, the first way, it's like, your administrator when they assign a proxy. So in this case, let's assume we have a, now since Hemlata ID is not being created here. So in this case, what I'll do, I'll take it here as a Shiva and Kishore ID into the system. So in this case, let's suppose we have it here as a Shiva, and Shiva is going on leave. So, and Shiva is working into your, let's assume, employee central. And in this case, he's going on leave. And there is this manager who's supposed to be hired into the and he's going on leave. Let's take it from 7th of today's 6th of June. So he's going on leave from 7th to 15th of June. He will be on leave. So 7th of June till 15th of June, he will be on leave in this case. So what will happen, there's this very senior person who's supposed to be hired into the company, and his account detail has to be created here. So now since Shiva will not be here into the system, so in this case, what he will do, he will approach to Kishore, and Kishore is actually working as a compensation, consultant. So in this case, what he will do, he will approach to Kishore, but Kishore has some idea about the employee central module that we have it here. So Kishore will, Shiva will approach to Kishore, and he will inform to Kishore that Kishore, because of some urgent, I have to go on leave and my leave is approved. So in this case, there is this senior person who's supposed to be hired into the company. I'll give you the proxy right, for this from 7th of June to 15th of June. Can you proxy into my system and create your this account for this senior manager who's going to come? Otherwise, the company will say it's like, the senior manager does not have a success factor profile. So in this case, Kishore will agree, and then what Shiva will do? Shiva will come to the administrator. In this case, who's the administrator? I am the administrator. So Shiva will come to me, and Shiva will say to me, that yes, Ashish, I have to assign this proxy, from Shiva to Kishore for this particular time. So assign this, make the proxy to Shiva for my system that we have it here. So that's a one scenario. Second scenario, team, let's assume to be that Kishore, has become the proxy now, which is from the 7th of June. And in this case, Kishore, there is some emergency has happened, and Kishore also has to go on leave, which was from the 8th of June. From 8th of June again till 15th of June, he will be on leave. So in this scenario, Kishore, what he will do, he will approach to me, and he will say to me, it's like, that Ashish, I am going, because some emergency I have to leave, and this is very emergency situation has happened. So what I'll do, I'll give the compensation proxy right to you, so that in case if there is anything, I'm gonna just go ahead and proxy into my system and resolve the issue which will be there for anything which will be there for the compensation related detail. So I'll agree, and in this case, Kishore will make the proxy to me. Now the question, it comes to the team. Now Shiva has given the proxy to Kishore. Kishore has given the proxy to me. Will I have the access to proxy into Shiva account also? In this case, it will be no, because Shiva has not given the proxy right to me. Shiva has given the proxy right to Kishore. So I will not be able to access to the Shiva account that we have it here. So this is the first account that you have it here as an administrator, and you can do that here in terms of the administrator. And so that's a one detail that we have it into this section. And so let's go ahead and see how we can do that into the system, team. So same scenario, I'll cover into the system that we have it here. So in this case, Shiva is going to no, so Shiva is going to come here, anyway, Shiva will either way will come to me, right? Because I am the administrator, and I can only assign the proxy to from Shiva account to Kishore account. So in this case, what I will do, I will come into the admin center, and from the admin center, what I will do, you will see that here there is a proxy management that we have it here. So this is a proxy management team which is to be done by the administrator. So let me just write it here. This proxy management. This proxy management, and this is done by the administrator that we have it here. So here, if you come into your this screen, you can see that here, you can see here there's a two scenario which is coming into your this section. The first one, it is coming up here, grant proxy. Who will act as a proxy? So in this case, you can see here who will act as a proxy. So in this case, Shiva is going to act as a proxy, right? No, in this case, what is happening? Who will act as a proxy? Kishore will act as a proxy. So I will give it here as a Kishore detail. So here you can see Kishore account has started coming up here. So who will act as a proxy? In this case, Kishore is going to act as a proxy for Shiva, right? Now, what account holder will the proxy act on behalf of? He's going to act on behalf of Shiva. So here you can see, I have selected the Shiva account. And do you want to give this access to all the module, or you want to give access to any specific module? In this case, Shiva was working on the employee central, right? So I'm going to give the only something which is related with the employee central. So what I'm going to do, I am going to select your detail, which will be only for the employee central. And in this case, we going to come here, and we're going to select this detail for the employee central, which is going to come here. And this is for your goal management, this is for your report, organization chart, employee profile. This is something looks like your employee central. Here also you can see your employee central, and plus your private data for the proxy account holder. You can select this with the succession planning, calibration, and these all detail, which is company resources, admin tool, directory, employee scorecard, and everything. And so all these detail, employee home page tab. So I will give even access to this also. So these are the option which I have given to Shiva, Shiva has given to Kishore that we have it here. And then after giving this access, what I'm going to do, I am going to save your this section that we have it here. Once you save this, it's going to ask you for the confirmation. Please confirm that you would like to give Kishore to act as a proxy on behalf of Shiva. I will select that here. Now Shiva, what he will do, he will log in into from Kishore. What he will do, Kishore, whenever he wants, he can log in into Shiva account and resolve or do any activity related to your employee center that we have it here. So this is a one-way team. You can actually do your proxy. Now let's assume in this case Kishore has come back. Sorry, Shiva has come back on 15th of June. So he will again approach to me and he will say, that Ashish, on this to this date, since I was on leave, I have given this proxy right to Kishore. So now since I'm back, I want to remove my proxy to Kishore. So in this case, so what I will do, I will remove the proxy for Kishore. So here you can see here, look up the existing assignment. You can see to find the proxy for the account holder. I'm going to find the proxy for the account holder. Who's this account holder? It is Shiva. So I'm going to find the proxy that who has a proxy detail for this. In this case, let's see who has a proxy. You can see Kishore has a proxy to Shiva that we have it here, right? I can select this here and I can delete this. So this is a one option team. Second option, you can see here, find the account holder assigned to this proxy. Right, so here you can see find the account holder assigned to this proxy that we have it. So if you want to see how many account holder assigned to this proxy, who's the proxy in this case? It is Kishore. So I'm going to select your Kishore information and I'm going to see how many account to which Kishore can actually proxy into. Anyway, you can see it's only one account that we have it here. So here he can only do the one account, and again you can come here and delete your this section that we have it here. So this is a one way you can actually go ahead and remove your this proxy. You can assign the proxy and you can remove the proxy that we have it here. So that was a one way team. You can go ahead and do that. Any question so far? No question, team? All right. Okay, so rest the Kishore and Shiva also have no question. All right, team, no problem. So we'll go ahead and see it's like what is the second way of doing your proxy that we have it here. All right, Shiva. So there are still two more way to show you your proxy, how we can do those proxy, and then probably if you have any question you can go ahead and ask me. The second way that you have it your proxy. Yes, Hemlata.
Ashish, in the first proxy management admin, the second scenario that you said that Kishore also has to go on emergency leave, and then you will have the proxy, right? I'm sorry. So then what happens in that scenario? That if Shiva hasn't still come back from the leaves and Kishore has to go, then how will we do in that scenario? Will we have to delete the proxy for Kishore and then assign to Ashish? I mean, how does that happen?
No. Again, you will do it in the same way. See, you will have it here. Who will act as a proxy? In this case, I am going to act as a proxy. And what is my user ID, which is 125 that I have it here, right? And then after this, for whom I am going to act as a proxy, I'm going to work for the Kishore, right? So I will have Ashish, is there any validity period for the proxy? That's a good question. Okay, hold on to that question, Shiva. Let me just explain this to Hemlata and then I'll come back to your question. So here you can see what account holder, I will actually, act on behalf of. So I'm going to act on behalf of Kishore. Right, so here you can see the Kishore account and then whatever you want to give the access, you can go ahead and save this here. So it's very.
But since Kishore already has proxy access for Shiva, then first we'll have to delete that and then assign you for Kishore's proxy. Then what happens to the Shiva proxy when he is not there?
No, see, why am I going to remove this Shiva proxy on Kishore? As an individual, I don't know, that Kishore has a proxy for to Shiva also, right? Kishore can only just come to see. This has happened on the 7th of June. Kishore is going on the emergency situation. See, when you are on the emergency situation, you almost forget any other situation except for those emergency which happens, right? So Kishore, in this case, he will come to me and he certainly he would have forgotten. It's like, that Shiva has given a proxy right to Kishore. So it does not matter anybody. It's like, who has access to whom. What it matters is like, to whom you want to give the proxy right to. You may have not only just to Shiva, you may have even a 10 different account you can proxy to. Like in my case, I will certainly have a few, more than one person to whom I can proxy into their account. So it does not matter in any way. All right. So you
I don't
can,
know. I'm still confused because initially you said that if this situation happens, then you like will not have proxy access to Shiva because Shiva only
yes.
gave proxy access to
See,
Kishore, right?
yes. In this case, when you assign this proxy right to Kishore to Ashish, in this case, Ashish can always access, into Kishore account, but I will not have the access to Shiva account. All right, not accessing to anybody else account, that's a different thing, but you can always go ahead and assign the proxy to anybody whom you wanted, right? This, what you're talking about is assigning the proxy. So, okay, let me show you in that case. So let's just say that here it is, who will act as a proxy? It will be Kishore. So here you can see it is Kishore, and which account is going to do the proxy? This is a Shiva account. And let's assume that he is going to do that for your home page option and your employee central and employee profile. So I can see that and save you this information that I have it here. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to give this proxy right, which I have it here of Kishore to me. So, okay, my account is actually your admin 125. So this is my account, and I am going to, get this access for Kishore in this case. So here you can see this is a Kishore account, and in this case, what I'm going to do, I am going to give this access to the compensation, right? Because Kishore is working on the compensation. So here you can see your compensation, and I'm going to save with this account that I have it here. So again, you can see the system is asking, it's just a confirmation that you are giving the right to admin 125 to act on behalf of Kishore. Do you want to go ahead? Yes, I want to go ahead, and you can go ahead and save it. So in this case, if you want to see that here, how many account holder assigned to this proxy. Let me see for Kishore first. So here you will see Kishore will have an this Shiva account which has been assigned to him. So here you can see Kishore has an access to Shiva. Now let's suppose if I have to check for my account, which is for 125, you will see how many account is going to come here. So if I come here and check it out in this case, you can see here I have so many other accounts which I have an access to, but I don't have a Shiva account to access to, right? I have the Kishore account here, but I don't have a Shiva account. I cannot access. So now I hope, Himrata, it is clear.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So coming back to Shiva question, Shiva actually asked me a question which is, is there any validity period for the proxy? Now you can see Shiva, there is no validity period, that success factor has actually defined into the system. So in this case, they don't have any validity which is actually coming into this section that we have it here. So since there is no validity period that we have it. So you see, if there was a validity period, it would have made the work very simple, right? But since there is no validity period in this case, so what you'll have to do each time, when you come back, you will have to make a note of it that you have given this proxy right to this person, and when you come back, in that case, what you will do, you will come back and you will again approach to the admin, and you will ask the admin to remove the proxy right for this employee that you have it here. So like this, you will have to go ahead and do that here. All right, so there is no validity period. You can see it's like nowhere on the screen they have the validity period that we have it here. All right, team. So
Ashish,
yes,
one person can have many proxies, like one user can have many
yes.
proxies. Is there any constraint for that?
One user can have a mini proxy, but then you should not give proxy to as many as people that you want to, because in this case it's like what they can do, they can always come into your account and they can always see the data that those confidential data, whatever you have maintained, right? So for to maintain those confidential level, you should never give the proxy to anybody unless and until it is emergency. Correct. Let's suppose you're working on the performance and goals section and you're going on leave, and you have given this proxy to in this case to Hemlata. Hemlata will proxy into your account and she will see it's like who's getting what appraisal, and then before the appraisal is finalized, everybody in the organization will get to know who's getting how much appraisal. Correct. So giving a proxy right team, it's not a good practice. It is only being given. It's like when you don't have a choice, and that's the reason I told you, right, that in this case, some senior management who has to be hired, and there is no choice except to create his account. So in this case, Shiva is given the proxy right to Kishore, and same way this emergency has happened, so compensation related. So he has given this proxy right to me. All right. So let's go ahead further, team. All right, so let's go ahead further and see, what else way we can actually do with the proxy. Second option that we have it here, which is there with the UDF file. And I'm sure by this time you people all know what is a UDF file, which is known as a user data file that we have it here. And we have already done, it's like, how we can create an account with the UDF file, right? So here you can see how we can create this account with the UDF file. That's something which I have already shown to you. I think into the yesterday's session, we have already done that here. So again, what I'm going to do, I am going to download this data. Okay, before I do that, let me just remove all these data that I have it here. So here, and then proxy change, then your what else? This, that's it. Alright team, so I'm going to remove this section that we have it here, and into this section what I'm going to do, we're going to come here and we're going to see how we can actually work on into this detail. So I'm going to download your proxy file that we have it here. I am going to come here into your admin center, and in your admin center you can see your company profile, and in your in your manage employee, you will see your employee export, which is coming into this section that we have it here. And in this section, you can see your export user file. And once you come here into your export user file, you will see that this detail which is coming up here into your user directory, that we have it here. And in this user directory that we have it here, you can have it into this section, which is, if you open up this section. Now, let me just filter it out with my, this particular mail ID, so that, I get only your information should show here. So I'm just going to filter, because everybody is linked to my mail ID team. And so I'm going to see that here into this section. So here you can see all this detail. So here you can see it's like Shiva, and then another person I can see here. Where is Kishore? You can see here, this is a Kishore that we have it here. Now team, you can see here, this is the first name, but you can see the user ID which is coming for Kishore, it is Bharat, and user ID which is coming for Shiva, it is Rohan. Now why there is two people have the first name is a different one, and then their this user ID is a different name. It is because team, the original ID which was created in this case for Kishore, it was created with the Bharat account, and the original ID which was created for Shiva, it was created with the Rohan account. But then what has happened is like their training got over, and in this case instead of creating a new account, what the success factor they have done it, they have they have just changed the name, and they have assigned this to a different person that they have it here. Now tomorrow, after 2 months, it's like when your session will get over, what the success factor is going to do, they're just going to change this name, and they're going to assign it to somebody else that we have it here. So this is a reason your first name you can see which is coming to be yours, and the user ID, it is coming to be different here. Now, in this case, we assign this user ID that we have it. So in this case, to whom we want to assign this here, I'll continue with the same example. We want to assign this Shiva. So where is Shiva? So Shiva is this account, and to whom Shiva wants to assign this proxy, he wants to assign to Kishore. In this case, Kishore ID is a Bharat ID, right? So I'll copy this detail, and I'll come to Shiva account, and let's see where is the proxy coming up here. So here, if I come here and do this proxy, so you can see Bharat is already coming up here, right? Who is Bharat? Let's just see that here, team. Okay, Bharat is already here as a Shiva. Now, how this data is actually coming up here, because we have not removed this section from here, right? If you remember the last time when we actually imported, So we have not removed your this section that we have it here. So in this case, let me remove your this section team. I'm your proxy manager, and then probably we are again going to import it here. So here, if I remove this here, in this case, who account holder for which it's like you want to find the proxy, and I want to see for Shiva in this case, and I'm going to go ahead and search for his proxy, and you can see here this proxy is coming up here as a Kishore, and I'm going to delete his detail. Second detail, what I'm going to do, I am going to find it for myself, and here in this case, let me find it for myself, but I'm only going to remove, sorry, and I am only going to remove my Kishore ID that we have. So if I find it for my account, and if I see it's like how many people they can, oh sorry, so here I have to find the Kishore ID. Because Kishore, I want to see who has the proxy right to Kishore account that we have it. So here you can see this is my ID, and I'm going to remove this section that we have it here. Now what I'm going to do, team, I am again going to download your this file that we have it here. So I'm going to select your this file, I'm going to delete it. And once again, I am going to download your this file that we have it here, which is the employee export. And in this employee export, you have this export user file. And once you come here into the export user file, you have your this section, and then you have it here as an employee file. Keep your this file and everything that we have it here, and enter your this file and everything. If you open up your this details, same thing which I'm going to do that here, I'm going to filter it out with my mail ID. And once I filter it out with my mail ID, I will come here and select your this detail. And the same thing what I'm going to do, this is my Shiva here, and this is Kishore. So I have to assign, I have to make the proxy to Kishore to for Shiva account, right? And what is the Kishore ID, which is known as a Bharat. So what I'm going to copy this, and this is a Shiva account. And Shiva account, if I come here into the proxy detail, you will see that here this is going to come here as a proxy. So this is a line 80, which is a proxy, and I'm going to assign that here, which I have it here. Now let's suppose, team, if you want to assign some more proxies, so what you can do, you can use this pipe, and then you can write it here as a my mail ID, also my user ID. In this case, my user ID, which is coming up here as a admin 125. So this is, you can see, you can assign a multiple people to the proxy detail that you have it here. Remove your this filter, save your this section. So same scenario which I have covered, into your this section. So which I'm covering with the UDF file also. I'm going to save your this file, and again I am going to import your this file that we have it here. So I'm going to again come here into the admin center, and into your admin center, what I am going to do, I am going to open your this manage employee, and you can see it's like import employee data, which is coming up here. And in this import employee data that we have it here, you can see your this particular section that we have it here, which is into your switch previous import version. And in this import version that we have it here, what I'm going to do, we're going to your basic import, and I'm going to choose my file. And in this case, I have this file into my download. This is my user ID, and you can see here this is a file that we have it here. And here what I'm going to do, first you should always check here for the validation. If there is everything fine with the validation, you can see there is some issue which is coming up here, but these are not my employee that I have it here, right? So in this case, what I'm going to do, I am going to ignore this issue which is come. See, one way it is, team, you can resolve this issue. But even though if you because this is not my account, so I'm going to ignore this, and this time I'm going to select my file. You can see your file has been selected, and this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to select my file, and I am going to import it into the section that I have it here. So once you import into your this section, what you can see here, this is your monitor job which is coming up here. And in this case, you're going to see it's like you can see your this work has not even started, so we will actually have to wait for it, so till the time this actually get completed. So here, if I actually wait for your this section, you can see it is still in progress. So let this job get completed, and we're going to see whether this proxy detail with the UDF file, whether it is working or not. So here into your monitor job, you can see all these section, it is coming up here, and let's see whether into your this section is going to work here or not. So if I again come into this section, and again if I proxy into your this section, So you can see into your proxy section, it has been completed here now. You can see everything is coming up here as a completed. Now let's just again check it out, team. So here, if I come again into my proxy management, so first my scenario, it was into your this scenario, we have to check it for account holder for Shiva, right? Whether for Shiva, Kishore is coming or not. So I'm going to see it's like, find the proxy for the account of, no, hold on. Find the proxy for the account holder. Find a proxy for the account holder. In this case, that's right, right? For Shiva, it is not showing up here anything. Just hold on. So here we have it with this detail. If I again press this section here, oh, it's showing none here. If I select it for Kishore, okay, it's showing as a none to Kishore also. I hope it was saved and it has taken up here. So here, if I have to find it for Kishore, but Kishore also, it's not showing anything here, right? Yeah, Kishore also is not showing us anything. Let's just check it out again, team, that those proxy, it's actually working up here. So if I come here and filter it out with the first name, which is into your Shiva account. So here, where is Shiva now? If I come here into this Shiva account, you can see Shiva account that we have it here. And here into your Shiva account, if I come here, you can see, yeah, this is fine, right? You can see this absolutely coming up here as fine. Okay, I think they have not given, the only thing it's like they have not given in the another scenario, they have not given any gap, which I have actually given up here. So if I remove this gap actually from here, so let's just go ahead and do that into your this section, which is Bharat. Okay, let me just see that your Bharat account also, team, which is what is the ID of Bharat. So in this case, we have to even find it out for Kishore, right? I'm sure that this Bharat, this is different. BHARAT. Let's just copy your this section and again come back to Shiva. So here, if I again come back to Shiva and enter your this Shiva, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to check it out. This Bharat ID, how it is coming up here. BHARAT. Yeah, this is absolutely fine. Okay, let's just try to import it once again and let's see how it is actually working. So if I go ahead and select your this section and into this section, it is coming into your, so what I'm going to do again, I'm going to import your this file. So here again, if I come here, team, and I'm going to come here into the admin center, and into your admin center, what I am going to do, I am going to again upload your this file that we have it here. So here again, if I come here into my import employee data that we have it here, and this import employee data that we have it here, and this time I am going to again select your this file. Okay, so and I am going to again import it because absolutely everything is fine with my employee file that we have it, right? So here I'm going to select your this file, and this time again, let's just check a validity. You can see there is no validity issue for my account, so I'm going to select this validity, and what I'm going to do, I am going to import it into the section that we have it here. So here I have uploaded into my this section, and after uploading, you have it here as a monitor job, and in your this monitor job, let's see that what is the status of this report. You can see it has not even started, so we will have to wait for some time, and hopefully it should take it up this time that we have it here. So here again, if I come into your this section, and again if I come here and check it out, how far this is actually working, and all those details. So here we will see that here into your this section. If we come into your this section that we have it here, so you can see it is still coming into progress. So let this progress gets over, and once this progress gets over, so what I'm going to do again, I am going to select it here into your this section, and into your this section you can see the job is completed. So I am going to again test it out this time, and hopefully that it should work this time. So if I again test it out into the proxy management, and into your proxy management, if I again check it out, find the proxy for an account holder. In this case, I want to see the proxy for account holder, which is for Shiva. So it should show me this detail that Kishore has a proxy for this account holder. You can see now it is coming up here, right? You can see this. So Shiva, we assigned that here. I think there was an issue with the one space that, which I gave that here. So you can see both the account which is coming up here. Now I will delete this Kishore account, but I will let it be 125, which is me. I can still have the proxy access to this account that we have it here. So that was a third way, second way team. You can actually go ahead and do your proxy with the UTF file. Let me also cover the third way that we have it here, and into your third way where the end user can do the proxy write. End user can do the proxy write. In this case, you will have it your this section, and you will see it's like you have it your admin sorry, you'll have it your option, and in your this option you will see your proxy section which is coming up here. So like this, if the end user they have a proxy right, in that case you can see here there is a become proxy which has become here. In this case, for whomever you want to become a proxy, you can select that here and you can become the proxy that you have it here. So these are the three ways that we have it here. And before we close the session for today, let me also show you something more. There is also a document which I have shared with you people, which is for the proxy, where it is. You can see here, this is a file team. You can see here the SuccessFactors proxy management. And in this, I have mentioned all these detail that we have it here for the proxy. You can see here the proxy definition, which is coming up here, and all the three options that we have it a team. I have mentioned that here. Here you can see it's like when the individual assign the proxy management here, you can select this here, select that option, save. Second option, which is coming up here with the UTF file. So you can select that here. And I have also given this, it's like, with the pipe, you can actually assign this to your multiple proxy that you want to assign that here. But coming back to again team, assigning to proxy, it's actually not a good idea, so you should try to limit this as much as possible. It's like in case of emergency you should use this functionality that we have it. And then the third option, proxy import file, that we have it into this section that we have it. So these are the three way you have it your proxy, right? Question team, any question anybody has it, please share the file. I have already shared this file, Kishore. Kishore, I have shared this, the whole bunch of, what I've done it, I've already uploaded this introduction to mastery into my drive. And from this, when I share this drive, all these files that you're seeing that here, it is already shared with everybody. So just check it out into your, into your this folder that which I've already shared that. I'm sure you will be having this file. Okay, I have not shared it with Hemlata because I think Hemlata, have I shared the documentation with you? Okay, I have also shared with Hemlata. All right. Okay, fine. All right. Any other question, team, on your proxy management? Anybody wants to ask it? No question, team? Not for now. Okay. And what about Kishore and Shiva? Okay, Shiva is also saying no. All right. All right, fine team. So we're going to again connect it tomorrow, same time, and we're going to go ahead with the another topic that we have it here. So we still have some of the few topic is still pending for your introduction to mastery. And then, we're going to see that, some another topic for your introduction to mastery, which is going to come here. Okay then team. All right, Kishore. Yeah, bye.